It was a quiet Tuesday evening, the kind where the city lights glimmer like scattered stars over the concrete. Jake, a single dad in his early 30s, was hurrying down the steps of the local library after picking up his son, Leo, from after-school activities. Life hadn't been easy since his wife had passed 2 years ago, but Jake had grown used to juggling work, parenting, and the endless responsibilities that came with being both mother and father to a spirited 6-year-old. Leo was skipping ahead, chattering about a school project, when Jake's attention shifted to a sharp cry. Ahead, a woman had tripped on the edge of the steps, her heels slipping dangerously. Without a second thought, Jake sprinted forward, catching her just in time. She was teetering on the brink, and his arms wrapped around her waist, steadying her. "Whoa. Are you okay?" Jake asked, his voice a mix of concern and disbelief. The woman's eyes met his, wide with surprise and something softer, gratitude. She had long, chestnut hair cascading over her shoulders and was dressed impeccably in a tailored suit, heels clicking dangerously close to disaster. "Yes, thank you," she breathed, steadying herself. I don't know what would have happened if you weren't there." Jake shook his head, brushing off the encounter. "No problem. Just glad I got here in time." He noticed the subtle tremor in her hand as she adjusted her jacket and realized she might have been carrying more than just papers. Her aura hinted at stress, responsibility, and perhaps the weight of someone's expectations. I should go," she said finally, straightening her posture. "Really, thank you." Jake nodded, smiling. "Take care of yourself." With that, she walked away briskly, heels tapping with purpose. Jake watched her disappear into the city crowd, thinking little of it beyond the fact that someone should have worn flats that day. He turned back to Leo, who was bouncing excitedly. "Dad. That was amazing. You saved her." Leo exclaimed. Jake ruffled his son's hair. "Yeah, just another Tuesday, buddy." Little did he know, that woman in a suit was Olivia Carrington, the CEO of Carrington Tech, a multinational company valued at billions. She was used to people fawning over her or, worse, being intimidated, but Jake had treated her with none of that. Just raw, human instinct. The next morning, Jake was pouring cereal for Leo when there was a soft knock on the door. He frowned. Visitors were rare. He opened it to find a sleek black car parked outside and Olivia standing there, without the usual entourage of assistants and bodyguards. "Hi," she said softly, holding a coffee cup in one hand. I think I owe you a proper thank you." Jake blinked. You're welcome. You're Olivia Carrington?" She laughed lightly, a sound so genuine it made his chest tighten unexpectedly. "Yes. And you saved me yesterday. I don't usually do this, but I want to take you out for dinner. Just to say thanks." Jake's heart skipped. "Dinner?" "Yes," she said, eyes meeting his, unwavering. "No business, no obligations. Just dinner." That evening, Jake found himself nervously adjusting his shirt before picking Olivia up at a cozy bistro. They talked about everything and nothing, her world of board meetings and mergers, his world of Lego castles and bedtime stories. The more he listened, the more he realized she wasn't the untouchable CEO he'd imagined. She was human, too, full of vulnerabilities and fears that only surfaced in quiet moments. Over time, Olivia started showing up more often, sometimes for coffee, sometimes to watch Leo play soccer in the park. Jake noticed she wasn't concerned with his past, his financial struggles, or his small apartment. She was drawn to his kindness, his patience, and the effortless way he navigated life's chaos. Leo adored her immediately, though Jake sometimes wondered if his son's approval was the ultimate test for Olivia. The bond between the three grew stronger, laughter becoming a familiar melody in their home. Months passed, and their friendship deepened. One rainy evening, after Leo had gone to bed, Olivia and Jake found themselves sitting on the couch, the rain tapping rhythmically against the window. "You know," Olivia began, her voice unusually soft, "I've met a lot of people, Jake. Important people, influential people, but none of them made me feel like this." Jake looked at her, feeling a warmth he hadn't known he was missing. "Like what?" "Safe. Seen. Not just for what I do, but for who I am," she said, her eyes glimmering. "You saw me yesterday on those stairs, and I realized. I've never been seen like that before." Jake's throat tightened. "Olivia." She leaned closer, her hand brushing his. "I'm falling for you, Jake. And I don't care if you're just a single dad who works 2 jobs. I care about us." He swallowed, the weight of the world lifting slightly. "I think I've been falling too." The next morning, Leo found his dad and Olivia in the kitchen, laughing as they spilled pancake batter on each other. "Mom! Dad! You're making a mess!" Leo exclaimed, though he was grinning ear to ear. Jake looked at Olivia, smiling. "Guess some messes are worth making." Olivia laughed, brushing a stray hair from her face. "Absolutely." From that day on, their lives intertwined. Business meetings and bedtime stories became a new normal. Olivia learned the chaos and joy of a single-parent household, while Jake discovered the beauty of love without pretenses, and it all started with a moment on the stairs, a moment that could have been ordinary, but became extraordinary because he chose to act without thinking, with pure instinct and heart. Sometimes, love doesn't announce itself in grand gestures or perfect timing. Sometimes, it sneaks up on you in the quiet, unexpected moments, when a man catches a woman before she falls, and she catches his heart in return.